This is the 2026 Genesis GV70 3.5 Sport Prestige, and this is the luxury compact crossover that my parents have picked to replace their 2011 Subaru Outback. We looked at everything, we talked about everything, we test drove a lot of things, and let's talk about why they liked this one. So a little background, my parents are currently driving a 2011 Subaru Outback that they bought new. It's fully loaded with the 3.6 liter flat six and a regular torque converter automatic before Subaru paired the CVT to the 6-cylinder. They've both had fun cars in the past and still each have a 2-seat roadster with a manual transmission. Now the Outback is not super high mileage, but they are just ready for something new in general and would like more driver assistance tech given how far the industry has come in 15 years. Over the holidays, we looked online at a lot of options in the vaguely Outback-sized or a little smaller category, that is the technical term, and ultimately narrowed it down based on styling to what we test drove. Everyone wants to like the look of their car, and my parents are, like me, also kind of picky about the paint and interior colors. We looked at an Aurora Silver Volvo XC60, a Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 and E450 All-Terrain, both in Verde Silver, and this GV70 in Serra's Blue. All four offer beige or cream-colored interiors and panoramic sunroofs to keep things bright and airy during the day. And then beyond the styling of the car and the paint color that it comes in, the interior has been a really big selling point, especially when you compare it against the Volvo XC60 and the Mercedes GLC that we both test drove. And namely, when you get in here, this feels so much wider than those other two. And Genesis really uses the space very well, first of all, just how they've got the interior carved out, but then also you've got a nice low dashboard, it's nice and wide, so everything feels very airy in here, and that's of course combined with this interior color, the giant panoramic sunroof, which, you know, the other brands have light interiors and big pano roofs, but for whatever reason, this just feels much bigger. And the way the center console is laid out, I don't feel cramped here. No one feels cramped on the passenger side. So that has been really, really nice. The other thing that my parents really liked about this car versus the others we looked at is how the screens are set up. I know every new car has screens. You know, I was kind of curious how they would feel coming out of the Outback where, you know, that has CarPlay because I added it. But in this case, having the dual screens that go wide across the interior here is something they liked much, much more than the big iPad-style tablets that the Volvo and Mercedes-Benz both have. So that landed really well for them, and they liked how many physical controls you still have here in the center stack. You've got everything for your media, and then you've got everything for your climate control, your heated and ventilated seats, all of that. So that is all really nice, plus drive modes, and then I think they're kind of indifferent on the whole dial for the infotainment system thing, but it's at least an option, and then the screen is not so far away that you can't touch it. So this all landed really, really well for them, plus the overall airiness. And then also they just loved the orange seatbelts and the orange stitching, which is exclusive to the Sport Prestige. You can get it on this vanilla interior or the navy blue interior, but it's a fun little pop of color, and I think with these luxury compact crossovers, they're trying to be very luxury in a way that maybe we could be a little more fun, and Genesis is trying that. And then from a drivability standpoint, I was kind of curious. I thought this car might be a little too harsh as far as how it rides. It does have that adaptive road preview suspension, so the shocks will get softer or stiffer based on what the camera sees, what the car thinks it needs to do. But, you know, with the size of the wheels and just kind of Genesis's suspension tuning, you know, this is all set up to be sportier than the others might be, and I thought that might be too much, but they both agreed they liked the ride. They think it is generally very good despite being a little on the firmer side. I think they like that. They prefer sportier cars. They have and have had sports cars in their past, so that of course does make some sense. Now, the one other thing with the GV70 compared to the other cars we drove, and really the others in the segment, Genesis still offers a V6 here. So yes, you can get a Turbo 4. We are looking at the 3.5 because we want the orange seatbelts. But either way, there is a difference in how the car drives, whether you have the Turbo 4-cylinder or the twin-turbo V6 in this case. Do my parents need 400 horsepower? Absolutely not. Do they want it? Absolutely yes. So it does feel good. It doesn't have to work as hard. It feels, I think, a little more refined than the Turbo 4s that were in the others we drove that, you know, are completely adequate. They work totally fine, but they're a little more grumbly. They've got a little more vibration going on. The V6 is just an overall smoother drivetrain, I think. Then when you also look at the steering tuning on this car, I was also worried this might have steering that they thought was too heavy. By contrast, the Volvo has two-mode steering where you can have it as soft or firm, and I think even in the firm setting, they found that to be a little too soft. So again, if you prefer something a little on the sportier side, and when you look at their Outback, it still has hydraulic power steering, that's all gonna be a little heavier, where we've evolved as an industry to have electronic power steering. A lot of that tends to be a little bit on the lighter side and, you know, one finger for how you're gonna turn. This is not that. This, even in its regular, you know, comfort or eco modes, is going to be fairly heavy. And then if you put it in sport mode, it's going to be heavy, heavy, which, will they ever drive this car in sport mode? Probably not. But it gives you more of a sense of connection to the road, which I think they appreciate. I think a lot of you appreciate. So it's been interesting to figure all of that out and kind of watch them on this this test driving journey. And so overall, you know, am I surprised by this? No, but when Genesis dropped this car off, this was just serendipity that this happened to line up with when we were going to go shopping. Otherwise, when they dropped this off, I was really unsure which one they were going to land on between the Volvo and the Mercedes and the Genesis. I really thought all three were good options. I thought it was truly anyone's game to win because they all have different things that are appealing. And, you know, my parents do like a sporty feeling car, but I didn't know if this was going to be too much of everything. I didn't know if they would like the interior and the infotainment setup and all that versus the other options, because again, I think they're all nice. I think they're all good in certain ways. So I was just a little curious how it was all going to go. And turns out this is the one they like.
Speed camera ahead, 25 miles per hour speed limit.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and you're just gonna stop. Okay. We're gonna figure out the purchase and perhaps ordering process. I'm not sure how common it is to find one of these in Sarah's blue over vanilla with orange seat belts and a 6-cylinder, but we're sure gonna try. So just an interesting little tidbit, a little different than a typical review, but we've driven the GV70 before. I tend to like everything that Genesis sells, so just really fascinated by which way my parents ended up leaning, and frankly, I'm pleased with it. This is the one that I would buy if I was shopping for myself, but of course everyone's preferences are a little different. I like things that are a little sportier, a little stiffer, so of course this is the one that I'm gravitating toward, but fascinated, and I think pleased that they gravitated that way as well. And of course, the warranty that Genesis offers on everything certainly doesn't hurt. It's 5 years, 60,000 miles on the whole car, bumper to bumper, 10 years, 100,000 miles on the drivetrain. So that is, again, a big selling point, especially if you're like my parents and you keep your cars forever and ever. So that is our little test drive adventure from the weekend. Thank you for coming along and listening to our story. Which one would you pick between the Volvo, the Mercedes, and the Genesis? Or would you pick something completely different in the segment? I'm curious, so let me know in the comments. And of course, thank you for watching. Always appreciate all the views, the likes, the comments, the shares. Even if you have something to say that is not super complimentary, I appreciate the engagement. And otherwise, head over to outmotorsports.com. We have a whole group of LGBT automotive enthusiasts over there that would love to be your new best friends. So hopefully some of you will find your way over there and join us. Till next time, stay safe, be well, and we'll see you again soon.